Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to What the Hell Happened. I'm Mike,
And I'm Kevin.
and we've known each other for about 25 years. And with that, made a lot of poor decisions. Came with some great stories, and with that, a lot of people have told us that we should definitely write a book on these, but we're too dumb for that.
So we're here to tell you guys our stories. I'll start a little bit of backstory on who I am. I grew up really poor with a single father, me and my little brother Jason. My parents split up, I think I was like 4 years old. And from there on, we lived in trailers, we lived in cars, we lived in hotels. Me and my brother were not the best kids. We made a lot of really shitty decisions, and we got my dad kicked out of a lot of apartments. And from there, I mean, we lived in, again, I said we lived in cars, but my dad ended up moving to New York. I was 16, and I ended up staying in New Hampshire because I had a pregnant girlfriend because I was a really smart 16-year-old kid. And from that point on, I bounced around. I lived on friends' couches, in his mom's basement without her permission, all over the place. Got arrested a lot for poor decisions. And I ended up going to prison for 4 years when I was 18. Got out and started making slightly better decisions from there on. And I mean, I was still part of the bar scene. I was still partying a lot. So it wasn't great. But then 15 years ago, I got in the electrical trade. Now here I am. I'm a master electrician, married, own my own home, own my own business, and things are going good. So I'll turn it over to Mike, let him give you a little bit of his backstory, and we'll see how that goes.
All right, so kind of the same story. Grew up single parent. My mother, I'm a triplet with an older daughter, so she had to take care of four kids on her own. And so we didn't have the best accommodations, but she did a great job with what she had. But again, hung around with the wrong kids, very destructive. Got my mother kicked out of a lot of places. Bounced around a lot. Had to stay with relatives a little bit. But at 14, moved over here to New Hampshire, and that's where I met Kevin. And basically been inseparable ever since.
Poor fucking influences on each other.
And yeah, so basically, this is just gonna be a podcast for a little bit of us just telling you our backstory of some of the reckless stuff we've done, some of the really embarrassing stuff, lots of arrests, and just some bad moments to where it leads up to us getting in better places. If we can do it, so can you. And hopefully, a lot of people can either relate to these things or just find a lot of comedy in this.
Yeah, on that point, I'm really hoping that in some way this can help some people. Because I know when you're a little ghetto kid, you don't really know how to get out of it. It doesn't seem like you can work for a living and actually get ahead. Because I was there, I didn't think that it was actually possible to move out of that life because everybody you know is part of it. And now I live in such a completely different world that it doesn't even seem logical to me. Like, I'm hoping that I can open other people's eyes and make them see that it is possible to get out of that and move forward. So, for instance, when I was like 11 or 12 years old, he was like 13 or 14. I was going through somebody's basement because I had stolen a bike and I was looking to steal some spray paint. But I ended up finding a set of keys. Went through the parking lot, tried it in every car until I found out which car it went to. And at night, we decided to go back. I think we had a gang of like 12 kids on bicycles. It was a lot of kids on bicycles. And while I had the car started, trying to back it up, I couldn't figure out how to get it in reverse because I was like 11 or 12 years old. And he comes over, he starts reefing on the friggin' shifter, and I just happened to touch the brake at the right time and it went into gear. And then from there on, I'm driving down the street, little kid. I got a whole gang of bicycles surrounding me. We ended up bringing it to some trails that we knew of.
Right next to the train track.
And then we're out there all night long. We're wearing socks as gloves. Like, that's how stupid we were as kids. We're wearing socks as gloves because we were afraid of fingerprints. I think the youngest kid we had was like 9 years old that was with us. This little hood rat kid that used to hang out with us. And at one point, he decided he wanted to drive. So I put him on my lap because he couldn't reach the pedals. And he's driving. He's like, gun it. So I floor it, and he drives us up this big old embankment. And we almost flipped over, almost died in a stolen car, a bunch of kids.
Almost hit a tree, jumped it a bunch of times, and then towards the end of that, we dished it in a parking lot down the road and decided to hide the keys so that way we can come back, take it again for more joyrides.
I think we came back like 3 or 4 nights. And like, I think it was like the fourth night we came back.
Car was basically totaled by the end of it.
Yeah, I don't know how we thought in a parking lot nobody was going to think, hey, what's wrong with this car? Because this car was wrecked. And we kept parking it at night and then coming back the next night, hoping that it would still be there. And it was for a few nights. I think it was the fourth night we came back and it was gone. There's just a bunch of socks in the back seat. Like,
Yeah, right around the same time, we were out looking for more bicycles to steal and checked around the back right where we were ditching the car for a while. And there was a cooler. Opened that bad Larry up, and sure enough, full of beers. Tons of beers, skunk beers. But as kids, we didn't care. So we filled up our pockets, ran down the road to a neighboring park, and sat on the playground just chugging beers all night till the cops showed up.
Yeah, I think we had that little kid Cody with us that night too. I don't know. This kid's mom was a crackhead, so he was just hanging out with us. He had nothing else better to do.
His mom was hot though, but
She was super hot. My dad ended up doing her. Fortunately, we never did. Yeah, this little kid used to hang around us. I ran his head over on a bike that night too, I think. Like, we used to start in the morning. It was our morning. When my dad went to work at night, that was our morning. And we would leave the house with no bikes, even though we had a bunch of stolen bikes at the house already.
backpack full of tools.
And our mission throughout the entire night was to just slowly, everybody would steal a bike. Like, I'd steal a bike and then I'd have somebody on the handlebars rolling around until they saw one, and then they'd steal a bike. We'd come home in the morning and we'd have 5 new bikes. We'd chop them up. We'd swap parts, spray paint them, whatever it was. And when I moved out of that apartment, well, my dad moved out of that apartment, there was a pile of frames on the curb outside of our apartment that my dad was pissed because he didn't even realize how much stolen parts there were in this house. I can't believe the cops didn't show up just seeing the pile of shit on the side of the road. Absolutely insane.
Yeah, so basically, found all that beer, got pretty drunk, and cops ended up showing up. And our story, for the most part, was I would tell my mom I was crashing at his house. His dad was never home. We would spend all night running around doing dumb things. And so once you get busted by the cops, though, they bring you home, and now you have to go to your mom, basically, your parent, and just be like, basically, you try to come up with any excuse that they did not bring you home. And yeah, so that kind of put a halt on everything. But
Yeah, and we had to get brought home to your mom's house with Marcus there. And at the time, Marcus was such a dick. I remember being terrified to deal with Marcus because he was just not a fucking pleasant person back then. Especially to me. I don't know why. He bullied the crap out of me.
because it was easy.
Marcus, you're watching this, you're an ass. No, you're cool now. But you know you were a dick back then.
So yeah, basically, that's the stuff we're here for, is to tell you little stories about us like that. They do get a little bit more wilder as we get older, obviously. A lot more reckless stuff. That stuff is child's play, but still entertaining. But yeah, if you are interested in hearing some more stories, definitely follow us along this journey. We've got a lot of things to talk about, but we will definitely be having some guests on here to tell their side of the stories or just their own stories. If you guys have any questions, definitely drop a comment. And if you guys want to know anything, just let us know.
Yeah, sounds good to me. We're going to try to shoot roughly once a week, and we're just going to learn as we go. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you.
What's up, guys?
Right here, Big Daddy.
Yeah, I got a lot of people that owe me Big Daddies, actually.
What the hell happened?
What the hell? Southern accent.
Howdy, y'all. Thanks for tuning in to What the Hell Happened. I'm Mike. This is Kevin. I'm Mike and Kevin. Yup. Play your video again real quick.
Oh, yeah, it's up there.
I was like, I want to just hear what you were talking about.
What's up, guys? I'm Kevin.
I'm Mike.
Welcome to What the Hell Happened.
What's your favorite? Talking to cameras.